Welcome to the channel. Life with Jennifer James. Nobody look at my ear and I'm soon gonna fix it up. Nice. This is a me have no fear though. Look. This is my ear, you know. Anyway, you know say politics me come for talk about. I may sit down and me look into something in people and me observe. You see the Jamaica Labour Party them are hypocrite and them followers them are hypocrite. Mr. The news is saying that the government of Jamaica, World Bank approve people. World Bank approve. See that? World Bank approve US $192 million for a project in Jamaica. And a borrow money. You know, explain to me if it's a gift. The World Bank give us, or we have to go pay back the money. Tell me if I borrow money and I type in at the comment, or is a gift the World Bank is giving to Jamaica. And I can tell you one thing. We're not going to hear nothing about it, how the money spent, how it happened. Come right in time for election. Listen to this. When the PM said that his government has not borrowed any money, he's been disingenuous. And he misleads the country of Jamaica. Yes, I come and talk about, oh, Mark Ghana Connecticut gonna talk like him not have no sense. Oh, Mark this and if me did a Mark and we don't know foolishness. What Mark say? Mark speaking hard. But how much time the PM come out him and Nigel Clark and well, we never know this other one machine there though. And say, oh, we don't borrow no money. The PM had only 3 options available to recover out of the recession that he failed economic policies create. Were to increase tax, cut spending, or borrow more money. And yesterday we sitting at the headline in the Gleaner. Learn that the PM and the JLP government choose to borrow more money in the amount of US $192 million. US dollar, what about? A total of 30.36 billion Jamaican dollar. The truth is that the government is broke and desperately need infusion of cash flow in order to save the Jamaica economy from further collapses. In addition, the government need an infusion of cash flow for their general election campaign. Nevertheless, it doesn't matter how much money this government spend or pour into the upcoming general election. The time has come for a new government with a vision to step in and save Jamaica economy from further collapse and the Jamaica dollar from further depreciation. You know, some notice nobody not talk about the dollar how we gone down, or the dollar lose value. To date, now as me I talk to you, I go research it. Because these are the things when nobody now come out and talk. These are the things when we now share. So you see them come out with Portmore Parish for distract people from sister them will borrow money and I tell lie. To date, the PM and his JLP government has borrowed US $1,899,292,000,000 from different international financial agencies such as the IMF, the America Interdevelopment Bank, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the World Bank. People of Jamaica, want to open on your eyes. We are in a crisis. You see Andrew walk around and go a place all over Porsche about housing, and him a part of the developers and all of them sitting there for a promote about him. Listen me. You see all them the house want to see them walk on a bus and a brag boat. And a me can buy them. And the poor people are going to buy them. And the people them will come here, the Chinese them and them kind of people they go can buy them. At 38 million for them. And if you have to deposit money, you have to deposit 18 million. Because I know somebody who's trying, so they want one of the house. And money. And money. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by this government coming out telling us one bag of lies. One bag of lies to make things look good. That on the labor right for talk about. That on the not talk about. We're not afraid to talk truth. That on the for talk about. That on the for talk about how much money Jamaica owe right now. That on the for talk about. When they run up and down and say, oh, Marky G this, Marky G that. Marky G this and Marky G that. Me say, Marlon Morgan come out again. I chat about Mark Golding this, Mark Golding saying nothing true. Come talk about this, Marlon Morgan. Come talk about this. Come talk about this. And tell the Jamaica people how much Jamaica we owe. My viewers, my friend and my subscribers, see? You know, one of my viewers say, you know, that them a distract me from the truth. This is the truth. Them borrow money and Jamaica owe money. My viewers, my friend and my subscribers, like, share and subscribe to the channel Life with Jennifer JM. I'm your girl Auntie Jen. I'm going to play the clip and I want you to watch what Marlon Morgan says.
And condemning PNP President Mark Golding for again showing his willingness to mislead and make false statements in his desperation for political power. While on the political platform recently and during the passage of just a few seconds, Mark Golding made 3 false, manipulative and disingenuous statements about the Stocks and Securities Limited issue, the SSL matter. Golding stated, and I quote, "There was a massive fraud going on in there when Nigel Clark was the Minister of Finance," end quote. In making that statement, the PNP president appeared to pretend to ignore confirmation from local authorities and word from a confessed fraudster who is now before the courts that fraud at SSL was going on from as far back as 2012 when the PNP was in office. Golding also ignored a known fact that the Financial Services Commission, the FSC, had expressed concern about governance at the entity from as far back as 2013 when the PNP administration, of which he, Mark Golding, was a member, was in office. Golding also ignored media reports which quoted relevant documents as revealing that shortly after our sprint legend Usain Bolt sent his principal investment to SSL in 2012, it was fleeced. In another vile comment, Mark Golding stated, and I quote, "The Prime Minister had his money in there and take it out before it collapsed," end of quote. This is false and extremely misleading. What actually transpired in the case of the Prime Minister is that from as far back as 2008, some 17 years ago, he invested in a bond in relation to which SSL was the broker. The Prime Minister neither made any investment in SSL nor had any money held at that financial institution. The referenced bond was liquidated in 2021. Mark Golding's assertion, therefore, that the Prime Minister had any money in SSL is simply untrue. What Mark Golding has resorted to is nothing but a cheap and despicable tactic, which constitutes a new law and amounts to a desperate peddling via the political platform of false information, which is also being propagated by his PNP bloggers and vloggers across social media platforms. In a third distasteful and misleading comment, Mark Golding remarked, and I quote yet again, "It pains my heart what the government is doing to the great Usain Bolt," end quote. The fact is, the government of Jamaica has taken unprecedented action in leaving no stone unturned in a bid to secure justice for all investors in SSL, including, of course, our sporting icon Usain Bolt. Golding made his comments despite knowing that the government hired a leading international forensic auditing firm to assist in the probe. No political administration in Jamaica has before sought international assistance to probe a case of local fraud. The case is now before the criminal court, with one person being charged so far. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Financial Investigations Division, FID, are in dialogue as they work toward a determination as to whether there are legal grounds to take additional action against any person or persons in this matter. There are also cases before the civil court. Mark Golding knows it is unlawful for the government of Jamaica to interfere in processes being embarked upon by our law enforcement agencies, the prosecutorial arm of the state, and our judiciary, which also have a role to play in making a determination regarding restitution to people affected by fraud. Yet he, Mark Golding, sought to use a political platform to exploit the name of one of Jamaica's greatest sons by pushing and fueling a false narrative in a clear and desperate effort to score cheap political points.